Hi there, I'm going to show you how to make a screencast video and then put that screencast video into EdPuzzle. So I would do this if I had recorded a micro lesson that through Screencastify that I wanted to have some quick checks for understanding that are auto-graded, super easy for kiddos to complete, and it's all in one spot so they don't have to bounce around from place to place. So this is my preferred go-to method of if I'm going to record my lessons, just to make sure that my kiddos are understanding. And then I have that data that I can go back and say like, ooh, man, I should really go back and explain this concept. Or when I have office hours, I know that I'm going to be prepared for this question. So it's super helpful. Let's get started. So you'll notice that I am currently recording in Google Meet because I'm going to show you the Screencastify process. Hopefully this like massive recording stuff that I'm doing on my computer doesn't make it explode. We're going to cross our fingers and hope for the best. So I'm going to record my lesson with Screencastify. I'm just going to click on my Screencastify extension there, and then I'm going to set it up how I want it. And then I'm going to go ahead and start recording my lesson. So again, I'm going to go through, teach how I would. Maybe I'm going to use some of these drawing tools in here. So I can make all of my points. I'm going through, teaching just like I probably would in class. And then as soon as I'm done with this recording, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And then it's going to lead me to this page. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to title my video. So all right, and then you'll see that it's finished uploading to my drive. So with that, I'm going to make sure that my video is trimmed. So maybe I don't want the part at the beginning or I don't want the part at the end. Those are easy trims that I can make by just dragging this over. All right, that looks good to me. All right, so now my lesson is ready to go. I have saved it. There's a copy in my drive. It's named. So now what I have to do is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is a YouTube video because that's how I'm going to be able to find it in EdPuzzle. So I'm going to hit this Publish to YouTube button. And you'll see that it pulls up my account. If you haven't done this, you might need to connect your account. It's pretty straightforward process, and I'll walk you through that. So I'm going to set this to unlisted. That's just a thing that I do with most of my videos that are going out to my students or that I'm sending to only a few teachers that I'm working with. Just because then it's not like searchable in YouTube. It gives me a little bit peace of mind that like random people aren't like sitting there and watching my videos. And if I have any content stuff, I'm avoiding any copyright issues that comes with making it public because it's only going to go to people who have the link to the video to view it. So if I want to, I can put in a description here. And then I'm just going to hit upload. And then my video has now been uploaded to YouTube. It was that easy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this copy link button. And I'm going to remember that I have that link copied. And so now I'm going to go into my EdPuzzle. And I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And then here's where I'm going to find my video. So because it's unlisted, it's not going to come up in like a regular search. So if I just search the title, it's not going to come up. So because I copied that link, I'm just going to paste that link in here now. and I'm going to hit that search button. And here's my screencast video that I uploaded to YouTube. So now it's going to give me a new option to cut this video. I already did all my cuts, so I can skip this. I'm also not going to want to voice over anything because I recorded it, so I already controlled the content of what was being said. But I do want to add some questions. So as this goes through, so again, I can adjust where I want to add questions to. And then I can just select the questions that I'm using. So I will pause here and say, if you want a more broad overview of Screencastify and the tools, or EdPuzzle and how to use those two tools to the fullest, this is not the tutorial that is going to do that. I want you to go back and look at some of the tutorials that the DPS Education Technology team has put together on their YouTube channel. There are some pretty great webinars, so check those out if you want to learn more about those two platforms. So back to this, I'm going to go ahead and put in my multiple choice questions. And then those will save here. So I can put in as many questions as I want to. I'm a huge fan of the multiple choice option just because they're auto-graded. I can hook it up with my Google Classroom or my Schoology, and those grades will just dump over into my grade book. It's really awesome. Or, you know, I can make it ungraded and just have those like standard check for understanding. I'm only using them to inform my teaching in the future. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit finish. So that has saved my video, and then I can go ahead and assign to my classes from there. Again, if you want a more in-depth look at how to use EdPuzzle or how to use Screencastify, please check out those videos on the YouTube page that EdTech put out.